Today we're at Goldsboro High School, and we're here with Mark Colebrook. Mark, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well.
Yes, sir. Good to see you too, Wayne.
All right, now why are we here at Goldsboro High School, and who's this lady here?
This is the new principal of Goldsboro High School, Miss Marsha Manning, and we're here for a couple reasons. One, we want her to talk about all the great things that are going on and the plans for Goldsboro High School, and then also on Monday we're going to be doing something with the community, welcoming the kids back to school.
All right, well, we want to hear all about that, and welcome to Goldsboro High School, Ms. Marsha Manning.
Thank you.
I appreciate you talking with us. Now, tell us about Goldsboro High School, first of all.
Goldsboro High School is a school that has an amazing tradition in Wayne County. We have many, many members of our community that are graduates of Goldsboro High School, and the alumni are extremely proud to have come from Goldsboro High School. And our intention is to have a school this year that every student that attends this year feels just as proud to be an alumni of Goldsboro High School as all the people that graduated from here in the past decades.
Goldsboro High School has an enormous history and tradition. Tell me about your feelings about that.
We know that Goldsboro High School has current and former NFL players that graduated. We've got the mayor of Goldsboro graduated from this school. Lots of storied people in all walks of life. A lot of people went from here to Ivy League universities, and people from all over Wayne County would bring their students to Goldsboro High School to receive what they knew would be a really high-quality education. So we believe in that tradition, and that's exactly what we want to provide at Goldsboro High School this year. We want a highly qualified teacher in every classroom. We want high-performing students to feel like they are challenged, and we want every student to be met where they are and to be helped to move forward and achieve their potential.
You're encouraging not only parents, but anyone interested to come by, see the school, visit the school, and spend time here.
Yes, absolutely. Our doors are open. The only thing that we ask of community people is that you stop by our office and show a photo ID and sign in and get a visitor's pass, because, of course, we have to provide a safe environment for our school, but we want community members to walk our halls, to see what's going on in our classrooms, to interact with our students, and we're very pleased with the interaction that we've had with a lot of community events. In particular, we've worked with Unite Goldsboro throughout the summer, and Mark, we've also worked with some of the liaisons from our court system and attended meetings with Judge Erica James and other people. So our mission is to have a school where students feel that the village is really here for them. Everybody says it takes a village to raise a child, but then you also hear people say, oh, teachers have to be everything these days. They have to be the parent, and they have to be the teacher, and they have to be the counselor, and they have to be the social worker, and they have to be the disciplinarian, and teachers obviously get very overwhelmed with that. So we know that there are a lot of really passionate, caring people in our community that care about our children, and we want them to come here and partner with us to help show the students that the village is here supporting them, and that we're all here to ensure that we're preparing them for their future.
You know, that's wonderful, and I know that's exactly what needs to be done. Let me play devil's advocate. What about those people who say, well, gee, I don't have to do anything because I can just send them off to school and let school take care of them? Kind of a babysitter sort of idea. What about those parents? What do you say to them?
Well, I don't believe that there are any parents that don't care about their children. What I would say instead is that a lot of parents have challenging jobs, and everyone doesn't have a job that allows them paid time off, and everyone doesn't have a job that allows them to come and go to be in the school during the school hours. So we understand that a lot of our community members have challenging lives, and we support that. So we want to be here for the children that have parents that love them very deeply and that want them to get a great quality education, but are unable to be here. And, you know, let's face it, school isn't, everybody didn't love school. So if you were someone that while you were in school you didn't love it, going back and spending time in the school, even as a parent, may not be what you want to do. So our job as educators is to help make this a welcoming place for people, so that when they come out, they don't feel like we're only calling them when their child misbehaved, and that it's, oh my gosh, that school is calling me, and their heart races, and what in the world is it going to be this time? But instead that it's going to be a positive experience where they're going to be invited to participate in the classroom or to talk with the teacher about all the great things their students are doing, or to have a conversation about, do you want your child to take an AP course, because we're offering advanced placement courses this year, or maybe you want them to take physics or anatomy and physiology, or maybe you want to have a conversation with the math teacher about how to prepare your child for those math courses at Wayne Community College. We have a lot of our students enrolled in classes at Wayne Community College, and we provide a bus that takes them in the afternoon over to Wayne Community College, and then buses that take them home. So we want to have those academic conversations with parents. We want them to feel like they're getting to be a partner in their students' education.
You are a person who believes in the glass is half full.
Oh, yes.
I knew that.
Yeah,
I hear nothing negative here.
I have been in this school a lot last year as the Innovative Programs Coordinator for Wayne County Public Schools. I spent a lot of time at Goldsboro High School. I got to know a lot of students. So last night at open house, I had a lot of conversations with students that I knew from last year and saw a lot of other students, and certainly got to know the faculty. And I have literally never had a conversation with a student saying, so what do you want to do when you leave here? They were thoughtful, they have goals, they have aspirations in life, and what we've not always done a good job of, and this is true of every school, is to make sure that we're doing everything we can to prepare every child for that future. And we can't prepare them for it if we don't know what it is. So the advisory program that we're instituting this year, all of our students are assigned to a faculty advisor. The structure of it is similar to what old folks like me would have called homeroom.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
now you're talking my language.
It's a 15-minute time period. It's going to meet every day between first and second period, and all of our teachers are assigned to 15 students or fewer.
Oh.
And their goal for those 15 students is to get to know them well. So we want you to know for that student, what do they like and dislike about school? What do they want to do when they leave here? Are they going to a career? Are they going to the military? Do they have aspirations to go to Wayne Community College or to a university? What kinds of things are they interested in being, and what do we need to prepare them? For example, if a student wants to go into the military, they need to take the ASVAB exam. And if they take the ASVAB exam, they need to be prepared to do well, because certain scores are required not only to get into certain branches of the military, but to do certain careers. If we have a student that says, I want to go to UNC, we need them to know what they need to score on the ACT or the SAT in addition to their grade point average. A conversation I had last night at open house, I was talking to 3 young men who are very tall and are basketball players, and they were saying, I don't want these 2 classes. I'm going to drop these classes. And so I said, so you play basketball, and you have to have 3 classes on your schedule to be eligible for athletics. And they were like, oh, yeah, because they wanted to drop down to 2 and have early out. And then I said, and you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket and just have 3 classes, because if something happens and you struggle in one of them, then you only pass 2. But if you have 4 classes, then you've got a little bit of insurance there. And besides, you're the only school last year during the regular season that beat Green Central. So I know you have a really great team, so you probably have skills to play at the next level. And so those colleges want to know that you've got the grades to play there. And all of them left saying, I'm not going to drop any classes, never mind. So those conversations, when you start having with students about, well, what do you want to do next? And what are we doing to prepare you for that? That's why, the board behind us, we're saying we want you to do something today that your future self is proud of. We want our students to be thinking about their future and not just thinking about today.
There's more of a focus on individual students
Yes.
and student achievement, and in helping them to achieve their goals.
Yes.
Do you help them set the goals?
We are doing some goal-setting activities during our advisory. We're going to teach our students about SMART goals, which are goals that are achievable, are measurable, are attainable, time-bound. So we want to help them not only with reasonable goal setting, but then to be backwards mapping, thinking, what do I have to do to achieve those goals?
Right. Wow. Tell me about Marsha Manning. Where's home? Where are you from?
Well, I most recently lived in Terrell County on the Albemarle Sound in northeastern North Carolina. I'm a graduate. My undergraduate education is from University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. I have a degree in biology, so I was a high school science teacher. I have 2 master's degrees from East Carolina University, one in science education and one in school administration.
Okay.
I'm currently working on my doctorate degree, and I originally was from the mountains of North Carolina. So North Carolina is definitely my home, but I have literally lived from the mountains to the coast.
Yes, I can see that. Well, we're very fortunate to have you here, it seems, and I'm glad you're here. And I know the students of Wayne County will all benefit with your presence here, and your attitude is wonderful. The way she's presented her philosophy, or the way that you seem to want to program the school, I think we're in good shape here.
Yeah, I definitely do. When you take a look at, it's just about conversation and what you say. The example she gave with the young men could have easily went a different way to say whatever, but she knew the interest, knew where they're going, and made that connection. So that's what we all have to do, make the connection with the community and the kids and those things like that. And the kids will pay attention, because children want to do well. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, I don't want to be successful today. Nobody does that. We have to figure out in their mind what success is, and then what success is here, and make sure it is talking about the same type of success.
The interest in school will, in each individual child, I feel, would grow exponentially the better they do. The more successful they are in school and schoolwork, the more they want to work.
Right.
And if they're not doing well in school, then they get disappointed, they get depressed about it, and then they just don't want to apply. But I think we're in good shape here, and I appreciate you speaking with us, and I thank you very much, Ms. Marsha Manning.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time and your advocacy for Goldsboro High School.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Ta-da!